Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's match. That's going to be San Francisco Shook versus LA Glory. My name is Julik, and with me tonight, I'm going to have the play-by-play being led by the one and only Spiff-tastic me, followed by the color. That's going to be Childish Rambino. Thank you so much, guys. How are you guys doing tonight?
Spiff-tastic. Fantastic, as always, Julik. Thank you for having us once again. The Big Three, right again.
The Big Three. We're actually going to be also casting tomorrow's match, but that is another story. So for now, we're going to focus on these two interesting teams. I am expecting a freaking, it's just going to be massive plays from both teams. I'm going to start off with you, Spiff. What are you looking forward to seeing on the first map? I believe is going to be Hanamura.
Well, the names that pop out to me right away, I remember Ark being a great player for the LA Glory, so I'm looking forward to seeing some of the gameplay there. But I also like the differences we're seeing to get past the first choke at point A on Hanamura. I'm curious what they're going to use. Are we going to see more maze? Are we going to see the teleporter? We're going to see some dive. I want to see non-GOATS compositions, because again, the patch is live. Reaper gets 50% of his health back and damage, and D.Va is slightly nerfed with the increased delay under defense matrix. So I'm curious how much time these teams have had to kind of put that into their playstyle.
Let's stick with the update, the new patch. Rambino, you think we are going to see a Reaper come into play from either side?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Julik. See, Reaper in the higher elos typically still isn't a good pick, in that his DPS still isn't high enough to be justifiable. However, GOATS has essentially been nerfed, which means everything and its complements will be harder to play with. But to play against, a lot easier.
A lot easier. Do you agree with that, Spiff? You think that, maybe a high elo, you're still not seeing a Reaper, but you think either of these teams are going to be pulling one of the Reapers out?
I'm going to say probably not yet, because again, it just happened, and when I think these teams, as they were practicing, wasn't actually having Reaper as like a backup. So unless someone was already really good at it and then tried it out a few times and they feel comfortable enough in maybe some scrims or in just some regular team play, I don't think we're going to see Reaper this early into the.
So it is going to be a 2CP map. Our favorite, Hanamura. We do see a lot of maze come into play. I'm actually going to bet that we are going to see a Reaper right in the beginning from the defensive side. I'm gonna assume we're gonna see a Mei alongside a Reaper, a Shield, maybe even a D.Va, even though it has a 2-second buff now on the Matrix. I am gonna go ahead and predict that that's what we're gonna see here on the first map. Once again, it's gonna be Hanamura, and with that in mind, I want you guys to tell me, what do we think about Hanamura? Is it one of your favorite maps, Spiff, or do you hate it?
Skoshi no Hongo Wakaru Demo. I don't necessarily like 2CP in general. When it comes to Hanamura versus some of the other 2CP maps, like Anubis, I feel that unless the attackers are able to punish the defense if they get too aggressive, the defense has the best leg up in the fight, because they always have to go through the main corridor, the main gate.
Mm-hmm.
They might be able to poke through the window, but unless they can get it's going to be the defense's fight to lose, because they are in the better position.
Rambino, we are very close to starting this first match. First map, Hanamura. What are your thoughts on the map?
I don't like Hanamura. I don't think it's a map that I would play on if it were up to me, but I will say this. If nothing else, it lets me see more Symmetras, more Bastions, and that is exactly why Overwatch is so fun.
Yes.
Excellent. And with that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go ahead and take you to the first map. It's going to be Hanamura. Casters, take it away.
Woo! Again, I am Spifftastic, me, going to be doing your play-by-play with my good friend Childish Rambino. Again, sir, happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday to you as well, Spiff. And I don't know about you, but I have a good feeling about both of these teams. We've got the blue, we've got the red, but only one will emerge victorious.
Speaking of blue and red, top left in your blue is going to be your SF Shook, and on your top right in your red is going to be the LA Glory. Great members on either side. Now, we were talking about compositions on here for looking through to get through the first choke. You usually see people holding basically right in front of the gate on the defensive side. You might have somebody on the high ground on the right to try and deter somebody coming through the window or getting some poke. What are you thinking so far? The composition that's coming out again from top left is your SF Shook, San Francisco Shook. What do you think of their composition, and are you happy to see the Mei?
Mei is always a welcome choice in that you can definitely create lots of space, lots of different options. The Blizzard is essentially a free AoE denial. It is an excellent idea to carry Mei, especially on Hanamura when there are lots of different flanking opportunities to be had.
Now, I believe what they call the composition that we have coming up from the Shook is Snoats, which is a version of Goats, so 3 healers and 3 quote-unquote tanks, where the third tank, instead of a Diva or maybe a Winston, you have the Mei to kind of add that snow into the Goats. But coming out from attack, top right again is your LA Glory. They kind of hold back just a little bit. They're waiting in spawn, and they're waiting for the great... some kind of idea. They're really going back and forth on what they're actually seeing. I'm curious if they... Why were they waiting? But what they had is the Rhine Zarya coming out. They have the Fair Mercy up in the air. Legion to be healing on the ground with the Ana. And most of the damage you're going to be looking for on the ground is going to be on Hawk with the Junkrat, already up at 22% of his ult, actually. So bubbles go out from both Zaryas, and they do see that they are definitely running kind of a bulky comment. They are... They see the Mei. They're going to play around, hopefully maybe to bait that wall. If the wall is placed well, it's already going to kind of shut this first fight down. Junkrat's putting a lot of damage out, but nothing's really happening back and forth. This is a lot of poking because although the attackers have a lot of damage that they can do, they know that the Mei is there, and that's going to be Hawk Angel getting that first pick. Gets Retro, the Mei wall comes in. There is still room for them to come through. Charge comes out, gets Mei against the wall. Prosto actually getting Bunny Chan, and right now, it looks like LA Glory is going to be starting to clean up the rest of San Francisco. The wall was not good enough. Did not stop the Reinhardt and the rest of the team coming in, and that may or may not have been the reason, but first point's going to be going to LA.
That first engage, not terrible on either side, but it just looks like Glory was more consistent in the way they were pushing.
A lot of damage were coming through. There was a great pick from the Junkrat onto the Lucio, which gave the confidence for the Reinhardt to push forward. They didn't even care if the Mei wall was going to go out, because even if Reinhardt gets taken down, it's still a 5v5, and they have spawn advantage. And they push forward, got a great pin, continue to clean up, and they kind of just scattered what San Francisco was putting down. They're going to be torn top right now, trying to get the high ground, which is a great idea. Some switches have definitely come out on the defensive side. We have double sniper and gone to dive tanks as well. Fire in the hole coming out from LA. Tire coming, going down the side, coming around. Korosu's adding in the pick on the Momo, and Hawk Angel does find Mr. Quill with that tire. 2 down on the side of San Francisco. So it looks like LA is up on this fight. Shatter comes out, 2 members down. Doodle and Bunny are getting Justice shattered onto the ground. It's a double kill from Korosu up in the air. Hawk Angel getting his own double kill onto Hip Hop and Retro, and Triple actually right after it. Mine in the face, and they're going to go ahead and take it. 2 CP, 2 engages, 2 full points going to LA.
If nothing else, I think we can call that decisive, Spiff. They had the great setup for the first point, and on to the second, the momentum would not go away. So it looks like San Francisco is going to have to fight an uphill battle to get back to where they were.
Did you agree on the defensive side switching off of what they had, which was Snoats, and they instead went to, they basically almost did a full switch except for the healers. They went to the double sniper, and they went to the dive tanks. And I think what maybe have lost them to fight was definitely the ult economy, because they won that first point before most ults were able to even be formed, and it seemed that they were able to solidify their win on that second point because of their ult usage. Would you have advised them to done that full switch?
Well, often more than not, if you switch, you are basically taking on a huge risk, and the 3 tanks, the 3 healers, is not nearly as effective as it used to be. So I would say they really need to rethink their comps when they start the match.
Now, I did like their comp when it came out. It seemed that they had a good plan. They were trying to bait. It was unfortunate that Lucio got picked off early from the Junkrat. And I do like the Mei wall. It was, again, just off just that little tiny bit. Not all Mei walls are going to be perfect. And letting the rest of the team come forward, I don't even know if that would have been enough, because Reinhardt did actually get the pin onto Mei after that. He would have fallen afterwards, of course, but it still would have been up in favor of LA. They would have been 5 against 4, because Reinhardt would have gotten the Mei, and the Junkrat had already gotten the Lucio. But coming out on defense, a little different setup. What do we have coming out from LA?
Well, LA Glory will be running Prosto on the Diva, Foon on Mercy, Hawkangel on Hanzo, Arc on the Winston, Caruso on the Widow, and Legion on the Zenyatta.
Looks like they're running what happened on second point before, only this time they're doing it on first point. So kind of taking your advice there, Ambino, starting with what they feel like will give them at least some advantage on this first point, but a lot of advantage on the second point. So maybe they're already feeling like, they're not going to give up the first point, but they feel that they are in a better position to find targets, double sniper, and it seems like they almost switched roles, because we do have goats coming out from San Francisco. They are doing a great job. What I like to see more teams do is, if they're running into double sniper, get cover, use that shield, look at them moving all together as a team onto the high ground. No poke damage even allowed, basically. Retro does get hit by a stray storm arrow, but that's about it. And the rest of the team is here. They have caused the defensive side to basically rotate, and they're very spread out. LA is spread out pretty far, both on the back of the point, in front of the main courtyard. Diving in, Kurosu does get the pick on Mr. Quill, so they're already up 1. LA in charge, 6v5s, and Kurosu double kill, gets Momo as well. Charge coming out from Reinhardt, not enough, but Retro is going to punch Legion in the face, even though he did get Doodle out of his mech. The fight is here on the point, 2 to 4 members right now. LA is here pulling a very good defense. Punches are going out as well. Kurosu getting the kill on Retro with the punch to the face, and Arc does finish off Bunny, and that's going to be a very good defense, good rotation coming out from LA Glory.
I do want to call attention to Foon. Excellent spacing on behalf of the Mercy player. Fantastic job. Although I will say this, that was a flank on behalf of San Francisco Shook. They were able to flank successfully, and they still lost. LA Glory's team comp is doing a fantastic job of countering their team fighting.
I agree. Great rotations, and it looks like they'll be going right through again. A dragon goes right in the middle, does get a double kill. Mr. Quill and Momo, unfortunately, are caught unawares, and now they need to try and run back to reset. A great use of dragon there, already causing the entire team fight 2v1 right away. Bunny and Hip Hop are going to have to take that leap of faith right off the edge so they can join the rest of their team. Another great defense coming out from LA.
This definitely isn't looking good for San Francisco. They only have a minute 45 left. They're good for about 2 more team fights at best, and that's if they don't switch.
And they're only just now coming into their ults, and we already have 4 online and ready from LA. They're going to go ahead and actually boost just straight under the point, actually not even waiting for their Zarya. Mr. Quill's going to fall to Hawkeye. The bomb comes out on the side of LA, not going to catch anyone. More of a zoning, passing to the Iris, definitely coming out from LA, trying to keep the rest of his team alive as they're trying to find someone. Remember, you get the Discord out first, you Transcendence, you yell that person's name, they're going to die. Arc does punch Momo in the face, getting the kill. Doodlebob does nerf this, trying to find somebody, does not. They were able to get behind cover just in time. Gets back into mech as well. Retro getting the punch onto Legion. Grab comes out, catches one. And it's going to be the monkey that does fall, thanks to Retro getting his own double kill. Kurosu gets Hip Hop, and Hawkangel does find Mr. Quill. And Bunny Fan is going to swing his hammer into Foon's face. It is going back and forth right now. It is in the favor of the attackers. It is 3 of them against 2 of there. Bunny Chang trying to clean up, gets punched in the face by Prosto, and finally getting cleaned up. Rally comes out, Dragon Strike comes in right onto Brigitte, is going to barely get out of the Dragon, going to meet a Sonic Arrow to the face. They do have the 1 tick, and they are going towards the 2. It is the monkey here, it is Hanzo here. Mercy is able to dash forward to get onto the point as well, but Arc is getting really low, does fall to Hip Hop. It is just Hanzo and Mercy here trying to keep him alive. Hanzo coming around the flank, not going to have too much, it's going to be Retro who's going to boot him off the edge. Doodleberg does get Foon, and it's going to be a first cap success on the side of San Francisco.
LA Glory getting a little greedy there. They did try and hold the point when they were overextended. So hopefully, now that San Francisco has a little more to stand on, they can try and take that second point.
They can definitely try after Mr. Quill did get that fantastic stalling kill onto Legion. Now Nerf this comes out, shielded in, head behind cover. So they are still up, just waiting. Shatter comes out, 3 members down on the side. They start trying to shoot him up with their hammers and flails of whatnot. Arc does get that charge on the Momo, but he does pay for it when Bunny Champ hits him in the face. Archangel hitting him back in return. Not going to quite get this first point, as it looks like LA is more prominent here. Retrospect just on basically trying to die on point, which is what you should do, unless you think you can get away. And they are not going to be able to do the snowball, but it's going to be a reset on the side of San Francisco.
Now we do have 2 ultimates set up for San Francisco. Their next team fight could end up very well, as long as they keep in mind that any of that high ground needs to be taken care of immediately, because right now they are definitely digging in their heels.
Absolutely, and looks like LA Glory is holding that high ground. However, they have no ults online and no runs really close. Closest one is going to be the rally, and the fight is moving on to the point, keeping Legion and Prosto up on the high ground. Prosto is up on the high ground, basically trying to protect Legion, and then jumps down, and it was immediately Bunny Chan went up there to try and put some pressure onto that. Anna Arc does fall, Hawk Angel falling as well. Prosto going to be taken down by Retrospect, and Momo is going to take down Kurosu, and it does look like they almost get the first tick. It is Kun is here. John the Lucio is going to be booped off. Six going to his second tick, trying to get that second tick, getting booped off, does get the second tick, just barely, so they are guaranteed the 2 ticks to move into the third round. Nerf this comes out, it is going to find that kill on the Bunny Chan. LA Glory putting up a defense right now. Nerf this on the side of San Francisco, double kill. Kurosu and Legion fall to the bomb. Momo boops Prosto in the face with the flail, and Retrospect able to get Hawk Angel out of mech and then finished up by Momo. And they are trying to basically have bats, that's the second point, getting 90%, 98%, and they're going to get again, it took more than 2 fights, but they did get the full 2 points here. We're going to switch sides and see what they can do again.
The Graviton Surge definitely got a lot of value that time around. I would actually say that that is probably what got them the point in the first place. It just kept them offsetting these spawns. They were staggering so well that allowed them to continue capturing even when the respawns were coming out.
Absolutely. They did get the great stagger, the great kill onto Legion, who was trying to run away from when they capped the first point, but was caught out thanks to the greater mobility or speed boost coming out from side of San Francisco. So it's 2-2. Now there is more than double the time bank on the side of LA at 5 minutes and 37 seconds, as opposed to San Francisco's 2 minutes and 21 seconds. That's not to say too much, because they've already felt out how either team played on attack and defense, and now the mind games start, don't you think?
I would say so. Now, do keep in mind, sometimes when you have more time, you get complacent. You say, oh, we'll get the next team fight. Then the next team fight comes around, you say the same thing, and then you suddenly have 30 seconds, you're rushing a Bastion and Lucio composition, hoping for the best.
I mean, I know somebody was saying they were hoping to see more Bastions. I believe it was you, Rambino. And here we have it. Now, I believe it looks like they're going to be either holding the high ground or right on point. It does look like it's going to be right on point. They're going to be doing a very good, very bunker-heavy and defensive position onto the point. I want to watch their rotations as it comes to the attacking San Francisco. But LA has set up on point. And again, I love seeing the Sombra basically scout, tell them where they are. I'm hoping he stayed long enough to be able to tell that there was a Bastion instead of them just all holding on to point. But he does switch off and gets back on to the 3-3, so we're back to Goats. They're probably going to be speeding through and causing the Bastion to maybe rotate. And Maywall from downtown is actually able to stop the progression of San Francisco just for that little bit. But good placement on the wall to keep them there. They are moving up the high ground now. And I'm going to see what if they're going to rotate it all. They are in a decent corner. I'm okay with this corner. But they are just basically pelting bullets into where the general direction of where they know San Francisco is. The Maywall comes out as well. That could be their flag to let them know that they can go. They actually are. They're going to speed boost right in, driving right onto the Bastion as best they can. Eva going up and trying to get the damage. Kurosu does get the kill on Bunny Chan. And right now Mr. Quill falls as well. Momo as well. It's a triple kill from Kurosu on the Bastion. Well pocketed, well healed, and it was a good coordinated attack from San Francisco, but LA is going to hold strong.
That was a team kill. That was not just a failed team fight. That was a team kill to add insult to injury. Now, usually on paper, you'd think if we all just rush the Bastion, what's the worst that could happen, right? Well, Kurosu definitely proved everybody wrong. He has his tank ult now because of that single team fight gank. We do see some changes coming out from the side of San Francisco. Fair Mercy up in the air now, and Hip Hop has switched on to the Hanzo, hopefully trying to pelt down and
Shoot from afar. Now, there is still fall off on Bastion. He's actually going to go ahead and reposition. That's going to allow San Francisco to move up just a little bit to get in position as well. They're on the right. Halt comes out. Not going to be pulled or anything. Hawk is waiting on the side, basically waiting for somebody to come forward so he can get another May wall off. But it is the only ult again online is Kurosu with the tank. And it's going to be Momo to get the pick on the Legion. And it's a great flank on this double kill from Momo. It's around 6v3, but Legion does get put back up. May ult comes out and zone off the point. Doodlebob does get food. Momo finding Hawk. Mr. Quill punching Legion in the face. Nerf this comes out. It's going to be shielded. Prosto is basically off the point. One tick already. And it is going to, even if it was able to somehow do a miracle, but that was a great attack, great picks, and it is going to allow them to get this first point, get that extra minute and a half. No, only 30 seconds to move to the second point.
Now, they could try and throw themselves at the point, but it may not end up too well. So I can already see that we may see a rotation through the mid onto high ground, or we could just see a straight run to the finish.
Now, all ults were basically used in that last fight for LA Glory, except for Legion, who was the one who got picked off first, even though he rezzed. Went ahead and died again. So the only ult on the defense is going to be that Coalescence, and the only there's 2 ults now, almost 3 ults on the side of the attacking San Francisco. Justice comes out, Shatter comes out, Justice raining from above, Coalescence coming out as well. All the Qs are being played. This is the last fight. Dragon Strike coming out to split the field. Nerf this coming out as well. Prosto with his own double kill from Ana gets Momo and Mr. Quill. Retro was able to get Momo back up in the air though, so we can still get the Fair Mercy alive. Bunny Chan killing Prosto, but Arc does punch him charge him into the base. And Retro does fall down to Kurosu. It is still right now, it is very much in favor of the defensive side. So great last fight on that round. It's going to be LA holding strong.
LA Glory, they are strong team fighters. Mechanically, they are solid. However, I feel that their strategies, sometimes the reason that they fail is because they get a little too complacent. Now, we did see the Bastion work. It worked fantastic that first time. However, Bastion lacks mobility. They did not give Bastion any mobility. They gave him tankiness. They gave him the healing, but he could not set up and get away fast enough from that Pharah, and that's ultimately what gave them that first point.
That was a great choice of pick to get to basically be able to put a lot of damage into the single shield, which was the Orisa shield. Only 900 health, so able to use storm arrows, rockets to break it down very quickly, especially with the storm arrow, and then start going through. Do the fire strike, do the charge, just get them in there, get bodies in there, and Bastion did fall, and they got that first point. Now, they got relatively close on the second point, so good last team fight, but all the Qs, when it's the last team fight, you just press all the Qs and you hope something happens. Again, we see a slight change on San Francisco's defense this time. They're not going a full 3-3. They went more, they kept the Mei, which I like, and instead of doing that third healer, they're going to be having Hip Hop sniping from afar. Curious if do you think there should be a sniper without the Mercy to damage boost?
It's definitely viable, but it all breaks down on your accuracy. If you cannot hit shots and you are not clicking heads, you will not get kills, and that is the biggest concern.
Archangel again on that Sombra. I'm so glad to see them use this because it is so imperative to get that early composition so you know what you're going into. That way you know you're not running into basically going to beat your head against the wall. Already see some changes coming out, and the Pharah coming out on Kurosu as well. Prosto has switched off onto the Zarya. Hawkangel already kind of shooting pellets on the side. Remember, you can bounce those off walls to kind of meet that angle. So you know if they're holding the same side of the wall you are, just bounce it off the opposite wall to make it go into their face. Zarya getting a lot of charge on Doodlebug. Already good. Getting the Zarya up there. Not getting a lot of ult charge on either side. Now Arc already at 63 though. So getting some swings, getting some good fire strikes, and they're basically in a poking phase. They had over 5 minutes to start, so I agree with maybe trying to get these pokes. A charge from nowhere up on high ground finds Kurosu, who was flying in the air, gets the pin, and that's going to be the initiator right there. Another kill coming out from San Francisco, and Arc falls as well, but that charge came from nowhere. Bunny Chan was on the high ground, basically dashed right through the gate, trying to find maybe somebody on the ground, and Pharah was just unlucky enough to be there.
It just goes to show you, Arc is showing who's in charge.
It was a great pin, which basically allowed San Francisco to continue holding. Some more changes coming on the side of the attack from LA. Prostu gone instead of on the Zarya has gone onto it. Grab coming out on the side, but it's gonna be Shat, and they're on the ground sleeping to try to take it. They can't take advantage of the Shatter because of a counter Shatter from Buddy Chan. That is 5 members down, and they just get cleaned up from San Francisco. Oh wow, what a great Shatter! Now I'm wondering if that the Lucio at the end was intentional or fat finger, but doesn't matter because that's another great team kill on the side of San Francisco.
I actually felt the splatter on my screen from that, Smith. That was messy, but at the same time elegant.
It made me very happy. Legion was the only one that I saw that was able to get out of there thanks to the fade from Moira. But they're come forward, and Moira is the only one with their ult. They had switched up so many times, and they just did some more ults from the last 2 team fights. And there's no ults on the side of the defenders right now, so Momo's gonna have to hit these Mei walls as best he can. I want to see the D.Va actually poke through. The speed boost comes out, half the team and half the team. They're getting frozen, Prosto frozen. It's gonna allow Hip Hop to get that headshot. Doodle's gonna get a double kill on the Arc and Foon. The Mei ult being used as well. Another solid hold on the side of San Francisco, pushing back LA's last attack.
2 minutes, 40 seconds on that board, and they still haven't really rushed through. And they probably should consider saving up another ult and trying for a focused push.
Now they did get it. They did get to the point once, but a lot of the ults and a lot of the fighting has been done on this gate, on this choke. They are getting to where there was this team fight towards the end. Another great Mei wall. 3 and 3 again. Charge coming out. Grab coming out on the side of San Francisco. Nobody's on the ground this time. Doodlebob gonna come in. Punny Chan just starts swinging the hammer. Triple kill himself and the rest of his team cleaning up. They're gonna go ahead and push forward to continue basically staggering as best they can. Another hold from San Francisco, and that's just with the 1 grab.
Now, the good news is the ultimates are not in favor right now for San Francisco. This puts LA Glory in a prime spot to take the point by storm if they can combo their ultimates correctly. Now, there is a sound barrier that will be online for Retro in this next team fight. However, if they wait that out and bait it out, hopefully they could take this point in one fell swoop.
They could. They're right now what they're running into is Momo's walls. The last 2 team fights, able to split the team enough. Nerf is coming out from this, trying to find around the corner. Does find Doodle. That's 1 down already. Mei wall being used right away. Only getting the Ziva one side. Shatter comes out from Arc. 3 members on the ground. The Lucio ult keeps them alive as they move the fight onto the point. And a boost coming onto Bunny. Arc getting Momo in the background. They are going to push forward onto the point. San Francisco is now falling because Kurosu was able to find Hip Hop and Arc was able to get a Fire Strike kill on. And that fat Shatter again from Bunny. 4 members down on the ground. Not enough of the rest of his team to follow up on it because it's LA Glory that is still very, very dominant here. And they are going to get this first tick. They're going to go ahead in that second tick, and they're going to get the third tick. And it looks like this game's going to turn down to this last point here on Hanamura, point B.
So they've just guaranteed a tie, it looks like, and they can try and go for that point. They only have a minute. They have 2 ultimates, but they have to be very careful how they use them because you do have the Blizzard that could shut any team push they try and do down.
The Mei wall is used. Grab is used. It gets Prosto, gets just the Bunny in there. It's going to be Hip Hop that does take down Food. Right now it's going more in favor of San Francisco as more of LA is falling, even after Retro gets the res on Bunny Chan. They still have 40 seconds. It does look like San Francisco's going to hold this, so LA Glory is going to go ahead and die, reset, and they're going to have this one last team fight to decide who's going to start leading the series or if we're going to start in a 0-0 onto map 2.
Now, what they could have done is try and bait out those ultimates. That Blizzard caused a lot of problems. It did wipe them out. The barrage is online now for Pharah, which means this next team fight will also be an uphill battle.
Now, Doodlebob has switched off onto the D.Va. On the defensive side, the Mei wall already being used. They know where they are. Mei is now in the background. It's going to be Hip Hop and Bunny who start taking out LA. Nerf is coming outside. It's going to be Mei walled, but still finds Bunny Chan. Able to get that kill. And Justice is raining from above from Hip Hop. Does con Kurosu, but he's going to take it down by Hawk Angel. Doodlebob does get Legion, and Hip Hop is actually res right away by Retro. San Francisco is still holding strong, still here, still back and forth. And despite having 5 minutes versus 2 minutes, this first round on Hanamura is going to end in a draw.
And I think that's a textbook case of a draw that was well deserved because neither team could capitalize on the other's weaknesses fast enough.
Great shatters from Bunny Chan. Which one is this? It wasn't even his shatter didn't even meet. It's just the grab that stayed, and he started swinging his hammer do-si-do, and even catching Prosto off before he could leave. Even if he goes into a wall, that's fine. But guys, that's gonna be the first map in the books. Still, no one's up 1 or 0. It is 0-0 for San Francisco and LA. We're gonna take a short little break, and we'll be right back.
Thanks for the love.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. That was game number 1. We're going to start off this series with a tie. And to be honest, and I feel like you guys agree with me, this feels fair. Spiff, do you agree?
I do agree, though. That on either side, attacking or defending, big plays, smaller plays, it was butting heads of both teams being very strong. Like they're evenly matched, and that's why it came out to a draw. I'm still very much looking forward to the rest of the matchup because I'm curious if we're going to see even more of that, or if it was just a 2CP thing, because we did see some changes coming out.
We did see some changes. We saw some interesting strats. Rambino, I want to know your thoughts on the Bastion May composition. I know you mentioned that earlier in the pre-show. Were you expecting that? Are you happy that you saw Bastion come into play?
I like seeing Bastion, but you have to remember, his mobility is non-existent. If you want to keep him on the floor and you want to keep him shooting targets, you have to keep moving him. Otherwise, it's just a classic case of everyone hit the left click at the same spot. Excellent.
How about you, Spiff? I want to talk about how they were able to overcome that Bastion play, because in my opinion, when you usually face a Bastion, it's always really messy, but it came to being able to actually play as a team and move as a unit. I want to know your thoughts on that play.
I liked as soon as they realized, like they had scouted it out first with the Sombra. They saw them all bunkered there onto the point. They saw the Orisa, they saw the Bastion, and they saw most of what else. They may not have even seen the Mei. But they came back. They went ahead and continued to try the bulky comp to kind of just roll over them. Didn't work. One fight, they switched, went to the Pharah Mercy, went to the Hanzo, and they were to get those picks off to allow them to come forward. As the Bastion was trying to deal with the DPS that were in the courtyard and on the high ground, then the Reinhardt comes to the side, gets a good fire strike damage, and that's when they roll over. So I like that they changed, and we see a lot of changes coming out very often from both teams, which works.
We did see also a lot of heroes come into play from both sides. We saw the Mei, we saw the Bastion, we saw the Widow, we saw the Pharmacy. Roadhog him as well. I was expecting a Symmetra. I wasn't even expecting a Torb. But I got to say, I am very satisfied with this game number 1, this first series from both sides. Now, let's talk about map number 2, and it's going to be Nepal. So we're going to jump into a control game where there's no real, you can't have a draw. Now we have to have somebody take the lead. Rambino, I want to know, who are you predicting that's going to be able to take that first point on this series?
So it actually will have to come down, for me at least, who they pick DPS-wise. Now, Mei, she's a little bit flexible in that she is primarily an off-tank because of her utility. However, if they pick her as a main DPS, it could spell danger for the opposite team if they don't take advantage of environmental kills, depending on what map they start on. And the wall can be played around with tons of different ways. You can force a team to retreat, you can block ultimates. Overall, it's just how well can you use your hero's abilities.
And like I mentioned before, this map is going to be Nepal. Spiff, I want to know your thoughts on this map. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Are you excited coming into map number 2?
I like Nepal. I like control maps in general. It allows me to, if I have to heal, I'll almost always pick Lucio because you reach the entire point with your healing or your speed. But when it comes to DPS, I want to see, especially here on the village for Nepal, I want to see a Symmetra. I want to see maybe even a Torb, because there are corners and there's only 2 main entrances. I believe the off-meta heroes like those, and especially Mei, on this specific map for Nepal, will be able to put the fight in the favor of those who use it, because one Mei wall will push off the entire one side, so you can stall for that extra 5 seconds, you can split the team and then charge right into it. I think I completely agree with Rambino. When the DPS picks we see are what's going to help define who's going to take this first one on Nepal.
Excellent. And with that in mind, guys, we're going to jump into the map number 2. That's going to be once again Nepal. Casters, take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, I am Spifftastic Me, casting again with my bro, Childish Rambino. And again, sir, happy Saturday. I'm going to do that every time, every map. Happy Saturday, sir.
Happy Saturday, Spiff. It's a pleasure to be here. I would like to call quick attention to the DPS here. We do have a Reaper, ladies and gentlemen, on both sides after his buff. How will he perform? Spiff, thoughts?
Well, I am looking forward to, because again, what's also on both sides are Maze and Reapers coming into it. Because this is going to be a very brawl-heavy fight. Whoever's going to get the better flanks, the better position, and get that first pick is going to be the one who's here. It's going to be LA Glory on the point first. Is not unlocking again for another 6 seconds, but a lot of damage is being put into San Francisco. Great Mei wall coming out. Charge is not going to find anyone. Ice block already used by Momo. They're going to try and pick her up when she gets out. Not going to be enough, but the fight didn't even start, didn't even get to the point. San Francisco was held back, decided not to actually fight on the objective, and it's already points ticking up for San Francisco. A Shatter comes out, is not going to be able to find anyone. Next to a Mei wall and a boost coming out. Rather Ryan counter charges, keep him alive. Momo actually finishing up. Our Coalescence coming out. Momo getting frozen and destroyed by Foon. Big fat and a grenade onto LA Glory, but there's not enough San Francisco there to continue following up on it. It's going to be a counter Shatter. A Shatter comes out. Oh, it's going to be comboed from Penguin with the die. Quadra kill for Penguin, and it's him and Mr. Quill. Only 32% have gone to LA, and it's already switching over to the Shattered follow-up with the Reaper ult. Well done, San Francisco.
That was a clean engage. It was a nice way of really ending that team fight. San Francisco doing a better job than they were last time at finalizing their team fights.
I thought for a second that Bunny Chan was throwing that last Shatter, did knock some of them down. I didn't see any way for them to follow it up, but we had the ult from Penguin. Grab comes out the other side, a combo with the grab into the Blizzard is going to start freezing off San Francisco with his own die. Double kill from Kurosu, double kill from Hawk, and Arc gets the charge onto Bunny. It's Penguin here, just using Ray, trying to die on point, stalling for those extra little percent, 37% on San Francisco, but it's a team kill and swap back over to the side of LA Glory.
I think it's safe to assume we will probably see many team kills throughout this duration of the match played, simply because you've got lots and lots of AoE goodness.
I loved finally seeing the combo that I usually almost never see, because May's not usually picked, especially when there's a Zarya. You're going to see a lot of other DPS, or it's going to be more Ghost. But the combo of grab into freeze, that's really, really good. You saw how powerful it was. And Momo's actually going to get picked off by Prosto. San Francisco down 1 right now. Charge is going to find Lucio, gets him into the wall. Both Lucio's down as Kurosu does take off Retro. And it's still in favor of LA Glory here, and it's going to be San Francisco backing up, going to go ahead and regroup. They are going to get one more chance. If it gets up aboard that magic number, about 88%, that's all that she wrote for this first map.
We do have 2 ultimates online for both sides, but that doesn't necessarily mean either team will win with the given ults. The Earth Shatters are going to be important, but it all comes down to who uses their Blizzard better here.
A great Shatter, great use of May Walls, great Blizzard as well. Buddy Chan's gonna get Arc, but Die comes out from Penguin again. Does find Kurosu before he's able to rape out. Bunny Chan also getting the kill onto Hawk. Is already at 99%. San Francisco did get it in overtime. They did get it in this last team fight. Didn't even use all of their ults, but just enough to allow it to go back in their favor. But if they lose this next fight and it goes back to LA Glory is gonna start with 1 up on Nepal.
If Caruso can successfully pop off that Death Blossom with the Earth Shatter in tow, that will be a first round 1 for LA Glory.
Glory, I think, has actually 2 team fights based on the percentage of what we see on San Francisco, just about 60%. Kurosu coming on the flank, coming around the side, does die, and gets booped. Great Lucio boop off, as that ult is not able to find any purchase. Penguin actually going to be the one to finish him off. They're already down 1. LA Shatter does not find enough, but it's going to be a grab coming out as well, and Penguin's just getting a lot of ult charge from the Zarya, as Doodle Bob does get the last kill onto Prosto, but San Francisco still holding strong. LA Glory has 1 more team fight, and all they have, they're going to be able to do that combo of a grab into a May ult. What do you think?
I'm going to have to call that a miscommunication on behalf of LA Glory. I don't know what Caruso was thinking when he popped off on the wrong side with no setup. Now, that was easily blocked, he got shut down, and now they have to fight to get onto the point if they want an ounce of overtime.
They're going to be on the point. They are in overtime. Grab comes out. LA Glory Shatter trying to be there to stop it. LA, a huge die. Penguin and a boosted triple kill. Doesn't matter if they got the rest of his team was frozen, because he just cleaned up half of the team of LA Glory. Doodle Bob and Mobo getting their own kills on the Hawk and Legion as well. And this first one, despite what is back and forth, 99 to 100% in favor of San Francisco.
Now, I don't know Penguin Cast's favorite heroes. I don't know who he plays the most, but I feel that after this Reaper buff, somewhere deep down in the comms, he said, my time has come.
It did seem that all ults were actually coming out online very quickly. Even the first fight, we saw Reaper ults, we saw a Shatter coming out. Like, that shows how much value the tanks and the DPS are getting, and how well the healers are keeping them up, because usually on a 1 team fight, even though it was a little bit of extended one on that first one, they dished out the ults. It went in favor of LA first, then San Francisco took it back. But we're gonna see what they can do here on map number 2 of Nepal. Here on is it Sanctuary? I think it's a Sanctuary.
I believe you are correct in that statement, Spiff.
I love the elephant, and I love this one. There is a fun video of a Hammond basically stalling the point for 3 minutes because he's on the outside but still above the point. Pretty interesting, but we do have a different setup, because Hawk Angel does get Retro and Prosto getting the easy first pick, so LA Glory already up 6v4 and 6v3. Yeah, never mind. They're going to go ahead and start cleaning up this first composition very well, because they kind of threw this Genji and this McCree out of nowhere. Didn't see him at all on Hanamura, and didn't see it all at the first point, so they're running it straight into goats. It went in their favor, and now they're sticking up at 7% and climbing.
That is true, Spiff, but I got a quick question for you. Where does an elephant store its luggage?
I know the answer, but I'll let you say it.
In the trunk.
Buzzing. That's Childish Rambino, ladies and gentlemen. As we watch for San Francisco's trip coming forward onto their 3-3 build, also known as Goats, they're going to try and basically go headlong into this battle. Mr. Quill and Momo really, really low. Shatter comes out, finds Penguin and Quill on the ground. Hawking does get Momo. Caroso already gets the kill, gets the double kill thanks to a blade. Triple kill as well. Blade comes out from Kurosu. Quadra kill at the end. Another cleanup. Very dominant here on the second map in Nepal for LA Glory.
Now, for those of you not familiar with Kurosu's track record with Genji, Pharah, and arguably sometimes, but not always, the Reaper, Kurosu excels at those Genji blades. Every time he pulls it out, he gets a consistent multi-kill, and he got a 4-man that time.
Sure did. Retro actually going to pick onto Arc. Shatter comes out to stop it. They got Hainu coming as well. Grab, not able to be followed up upon. And it's going to be San Francisco using the Shatter to finalize the kill. Despite all the ults being used on the side of defending LA Glory, San Francisco changes it back in their favor, 68% to LA Glory.
We are definitely seeing more team kills than most fights, probably because each team is powerful in their own right, but they do know how to steamroll the other. So they need to be careful how efficiently they manage their ults upon.
Now Momo did use that rally, and rally is just now running out because again, it only lasts 30 seconds. Here comes the Ana boost onto the Genji. Does get charged on his fall down. Bunny Chan getting that kill. Mr. Quill does finish off Arc, so it's San Francisco P4, and rally does realize that Legion trying to run away is not going to be able to get out because Penguin's here on Diva to start, and they are just chasing them down all the way to the edge, getting that stall, because every time you kill somebody where they can't be with their team, that's 10 more seconds of progression they get on to the actual point they're trying to do here on the map. But they're going to reset. Everyone's there on LA Glory. They recognize, they back up, and they're going to try again.
The Dragon Blade is ready, but they do need to be aware that that Transcendence will essentially negate any damage that Kurosu will try to do. They will need to try and bait that out before anything else.
Legion does not have that Ana boost as well, so they could very well just kill Kurosu. There's no damage reduction whatsoever. He dashes forward, grab comes out on the side of San Francisco, gonna be comboed with the ult of Diva. Is gonna get a double kill. Kurosu and Prostu unable to get behind a cover. It is in favor of San Francisco 5v4 right now, as that's gonna be Legion who's taken down, so San Francisco still holding strong now. LA Glory, there's gonna go ahead and reset one more time. Based on the percentage of what we're seeing at over 80%, they're really only going to have this one team fight left. Do you think they are going to keep sticking with what they have? What do they need to do? Is it going to be the Blade that's going to let them win?
Well, we also have a Death Blossom coming in from Hawk, so that Earth Shatter will determine everything. Even if Zenyatta pushes that Transcendence, they can still do something about it.
Flanking Shatter is going to help open it up for Bunny Chan. Shatter is going to get that kill, allow Legion to fall to Penguin. Going to get the charge into Arc. Hawk does get a 1 kill thanks to his Death Blossom, but basically a very sneaky Shatter is how I would say that. And San Francisco right now is cleaning up. It is just Kurosu here on the point. Grab is going to catch 3 on the side of San Francisco, but not enough damage cleanup. Kurosu is here, knocked down, is going to get Momo, is going to get Penguin out of the mech. Doodle is still here though, decently charged, but Kurosu finds Mini Diva on that kill as well as the mech. And it's just Doodle here, it's just Doodle here. The spy is being really charged, no longer has the personal. Lucio's here to keep it into overtime. Can they get, if they can get him off, the grab comes out in San Francisco. No one's there to follow up. Bunny Chan does get her. Shatter comes down, 2 members down on the ground. Did not actually get Arc in that, despite what it looked like, but he did get a charge off, didn't find anyone, but does get off food off the ground. Here comes out the Nano Blade. Kurosu getting 1, getting 2, getting 3, looking for a 4th, does get the 4th. Quadra kill from Kurosu makes it more in favor of LA right now, and they are going to go ahead and even it up here in Nepal one-on-one.
Kurosu, yet again, proves that that Dragon Blade is really efficient at making a quick work of your enemies.
It did go back and forth. Again, I'm curious, there was a Shatter that came out from Bunny towards the end, and he got 2 of LA down on the ground. But Arc was just charging right through it, and I wonder if he did it right after the Shatter landed, so he still had to shield up, but it might have been a delay on my end. I just find it very interesting and fun. Now, he didn't get a kill off of it, but I'm very happy to see. I kind of assumed this when we were already watching them fight on Hanamura, because these teams are very much back and forth, great team play from both teams, and very well evenly matched, and we're one-on-one in Nepal, and here we are in Sanctum, and you know what I like about Sanctum the most, Rambino?
What is that, Spiff?
Environmental kills. I love Orisa coming out from Bunny. I'm looking forward to it. I want to see Foon get some boops. But looks like LA is going to be sticking with more brawly, which I actually disagree with here, especially on Sanctum, because it's very open, and Goats is very strong with running to them, so they're going to have to use this Lucio speed boost right into San Francisco, not able to get a kill, and unfortunately, he is on the side. They split the team, more or less. They've gone right in the middle of the team. Great anti-grenades coming out. Penguin's going to get that kill, first kill onto Arc. From on the all the way in the back, Hawk going to even it up with Mr. Quill. Penguin getting a double kill as well, getting on the Legion. Foon and Retro here on the point. Gonna be backed up by Doodle. They need to fight. They need to get the fight more on the point because of where they were fighting. San Francisco was able to start cleaning up 1-to-1-to-1, and they are going to get, looks like, with 4 members on here, and they're going to go and boop off Hawk off of Diva. It's going in favor of the first few ticks here on Sanctum, going to San Francisco.
It wouldn't be ludicrous to say that we may see an Orisa come out eventually from LA Glory, but we do see another swap into a Genji from Koroso.
Again, they realize that maybe Goats didn't work out so well, but they are, it looks like they're doing more of a bunker position here on the San Francisco side. They are using the shield, which I really like. It's going to be hard for them to flank without the knowledge, without them knowing. Korosu, unfortunately, falling and dying. And they're going to have to go ahead and stop and reset. I didn't get to see where Korosu was and where he might have fallen off, but that's going to be another 10-second wait on the side of LA Glory before they can push forward. And they definitely don't have any ults. When look at all the percentages over on the side of San Francisco, already switching their defensive position up more forward, but they're all 70% and above. They are here. They are going ahead and speed boost on to the point, pushing them back, making them reposition themselves. Charge comes out, is going to be booped and stopped and halted. Dragon Strike right on top of Arc is going to be really low. Food is going to get killed just barely. I was watching his health die just so far. Penguin's going to get the pick on Korosu. Double kills again onto Legion as well. Able to find those picks up from the Widow on the far side. This is a very good Widow map, and even when you dive her, she has great grapple points to get away. Do you think, what does LA need to do to kind of counter what's going on here on the side of San Francisco?
Well, I'm seeing the swap into Ashe. That could possibly be something that worth investing into. We do have the Nano Boost online and the Shatter, but we don't have the Blade yet. So, Koroso will need to keep fighting from the back, trying to get flanks, maybe get a pick or two before they rush the point. There are 3 ultimates ready for San Francisco, so they will need to tread lightly.
Now, LA Glory, this is their last team fight because they're already up past that magic number. So what they do here is going to make the big difference. I wouldn't be surprised that oh wow, Legion getting pulled off from Bunny Chan. Hawk does flank and kill Penguin. Shatter comes out. Nakan is just going to go right into his shield. Korosu is trying to flank and basically shooting fish in a barrel in the middle of the team, just diving back and jumping up and down. Bunny Chan actually finishing off Arc. San Francisco is still holding a very strong defense. A huge, great anti-grenade is going to help Retrospect being taken down by Prostu, but Momo does take him back in return. Nerf is coming down. Are they going to get out of the way? They do. It is overtime. Just still the touch point. They are on the point. The Nana Boost onto the Eugenio Karaoke. Korosu getting the kill on Mr. Quill. Double kill to Buddy Chan. Looking to get Doodle as well. Penguin is actually going to pop Legion in the face, and the Momo is going to get Korosu. It is just Arc on here, keeping LA Glory alive here on Nepal. The charge is not going to be enough with a pop or cut and a boop off. San Francisco is going to start this Nepal win off. They are now 1-0, and we're going to move into map number 3. But Rambino, what do you think play of the game is?
Well, Play of the Game is brought to you today by none other than Koroso. As Genji, here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the Dragon Blade is not ready yet. He's got the deflect up. He's just whipped it out here. How about that? A 2-man kill. Can he get the triple? There's the triple. How about the 4-man? And wham bam, thank you ma'am. Another fantastic ultimate play.
Didn't even have his ult right when it happened, but Nana Boost allowed him to get some damage and get that extra 8% he needed to just immediately dash out that blade. Great fight, again, back and forth on Nepal. We're going to take that short little break, and we'll be right back once again. Oh yeah, we have halftime.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. We are going to go ahead and just briefly talk about the Actually, no, I'm sorry. We're going to talk about game number 2. We finally have a team taking the lead, and that's going to be San Francisco Shook. Spiff, Rambino, what an incredible match. We did get to see all 3 maps come online for this series. So I'm going to start off with you, Spiff. I want you to tell me what worked for San Francisco Shook.
Things that I think work for San Francisco is that they played basically 2 different comps or 3 different comps, and they were kind of throwing LA Glory for a bit of a loop with how they were moving forward and their different positioning. But I loved the first map and how the teams basically went back and forth like very well, and they had almost identical comps, so they had same ideas. I liked in the last one for Sanctum, Penguin was able to get some picks off, even despite LA's Glory's very well put together push with that first attempt at Goats. And I just like that both these teams seem very even, and so far we've just been getting great Overwatch from both of them.
Great Overwatch. I feel like it might be an overstatement. These teams are coming in looking very solid, like they've prepared for this semifinals. I want to talk about the first map where we got to see not only 2 Reapers, but 2 Mays. Rambino, yeah. I want to know your thoughts on that. It was very chaotic. It was a lot of action happening at once. Did you like it?
I did not just like it, Julik. I loved it. Now, Reaper is enjoying a sweet buff, and I will say this. He may see more play at the pro level, possibly, but you need to be careful not to fall into the trap. He still does have a bit weaker mobility as opposed to other DPSs. He can get killed instantly while he's teleporting. Do not forget that. There are Widows being played on these maps, so it will be a duck and cover. He also has Wraith form, which is great for disengaging, but it's on a pretty long cooldown. So if we are going to see it on Dorado, he's probably going to do okay. But if we're going to see other maps, he probably shouldn't be picked.
So that was a quick recap of map number 1, where we got to see 2 Mays, 2 Reapers, 2 Zaryas, 2 Reinhardts, 2 Lucios. And it was a very, very common composition from both sides. So a lot of Gravitons, but I feel like the key play here happened on the second map. It was the ult combos. I feel like even though LA, I believe, took the second map, during the third map, Caruso and the Ana on his team lack that timing when it came to their ult buildup. So Caruso wasn't able to fully take advantage of his blade. He had to wait a little bit longer for the Ana to catch up with the Nano. Spiff, I want to know if that was the key aspect for LA Glory to lose this series.
I mean, as they went into that, it was the last fight. Now, Caruso was holding onto the blade for waiting for the Ana boost. They didn't really have the time to wait because it was already going into the overtime territory for San Francisco had it. So if the ult was built sooner, or if they had maybe gone in and not trying to only use the trump card, they had to have a different plan instead of, we're going to win when we use the Ana blade. Okay, you don't have it now. How are you going to still win? I don't think the plan that they came up with didn't work. The Ana blade came out towards the end of the fight, and a lot of kills were had, but San Francisco was still there in stronger force because their initial fight idea didn't work. And I think that's why San Francisco was able to take Nepal.
Rambino, I want to ask you, San Francisco Shook on the last map started with a Widow, right? Do you think that Widow essentially put a hold into the gameplay from the side of LA Glory? At moments, at the very beginning, the Widow was just completely free, and it forced a swap on the side of LA Glory. That was Caruso had to swap over to a Genji, right? Do you think that Widow play was crucial on winning that map number 3?
I would have to say so, yes. Now, Caruso is strong when he uses Genji, but that Widow put fear in the hearts of LA Glory, and that is exactly what you want to do. You want to play mind games. You do not keep that Widow in check. You are seeing pick after pick for free, and you get more intel, ladies and gentlemen, as you get that infrared vision. Vision is the best thing you can give your team. Let them know what is going on the opposite side.
Now we are getting ready to jump into map number 3. We do have a short break in between, given that it's halftime. But that map is going to be Dorado. Guys, I want to know your thoughts on Dorado. You like it? You hate it? We're going to start off with you. Once again, Spiff, please let us know how you really feel about Dorado.
I actually like Dorado a lot. When it comes to payload maps, I see a lot. I played a lot. It's different every single stage. From point 0 to point A, you hold the high ground, either attacking or defending. Whoever goes the high ground, sorry, Anakin, doesn't matter. You are going to die. Even on the near the fountain on the point A, it still matters if you have a widow on the high ground, if you have somebody peeking out of the window. But I like the diversity from point 0 to point A and from point A to point B, again, high ground. And point C is, I just love the shape of it because it essentially, it has to do a U-turn. And that allows the high ground on that third point to be so pivotal. So I'm expecting to see more mobile tanks and more mobile DPS and range DPS, because we've been seeing a lot of goats. I don't think goats works well on almost any point on Dorado.
Excellent. And with that in mind, guys, we are going to jump into the third map for this series, and that's going to be Dorado. Casters, take it away.
Again, guys, I am Swiftastic Me. I'm the one yelling in the microphone, telling you what's going as it's happening, and the person who's giving you the more detailed and more fun commentary is my good friend, Challenge Rambino. Again, sir, I'm saying it every map. Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday to you, Spiff. It's a pleasure to be here. Now we're waiting on the game, but I do have another quick question for you. If any Overwatch hero were a scented candle, which one do you think would smell the best?
You know, I would have to go, because I like winter, I believe Maze would smell the best, because I think she'd have fresh powdered snow with a little bit of pine in there, and I would enjoy that smell personally, because I like snow, and I like it to be cold rather than hot. How about you, Rambino?
I'm probably going to have to go with Mercy. She'd probably have something maybe lavender scented or something chamomile. A little bit lighter on the senses, you know, something to get you in the relaxing mood.
Yeah, I can agree with that, because she is, of course, a medical doctor, and her job is to heal and to relax her patients. So, of course. So I'm sure she'll partner up with a masseuse eventually and kind of take off with the candle selling. But instead, let's go back to Overwatch, which is why we're actually here. Again, top left in your blue is going to be San Francisco Shook, and top right in your red is going to be the LA Glory. On defense, first for this payload map is going to be a San Francisco. Rambino, what do they have? What do you think?
Well, for the side of San Francisco, we do have 3 tanks, 3 healers. That is a traditional GOAT setup for those of you not in the loop. But on the right, LA Glory, we do have a tank. We've got a couple of DPSs. We've actually got 4 DPS and a healer. Now, that's a little unconventional, unorthodox, but LA Glory is known for their solid mechanics. They are known for that fantastic gameplay we all crave and love.
And they are going to be going forward on what I've seen it once or twice before, actually, in some of the team games we saw as one of Jane's tournaments. This is going to be quad DPS, single heal, single tank, and the tank is going to be the Hammond, and I'm curious how much disruption, how much the picks are going to find. Momo, a great a counter to a Tracer. If the Tracer gets too close, is going to be Brigitte. Brigitte smashes and lets the rest of the team just clean up Hawk as is in the back of the line. But they're still actually letting them get free payload distance, and that's more or less because if you are on defense on this point, on Dorado, you don't hold the high ground forever. You want them to get into this choke, this archway, so they know exactly where to. And Eugene No Karaoke already coming out is going to. Momo actually shutting him down before Kurosu is able to get that kill. Great defense, great double kill over the team fight from Momo, getting both hard flankers in the forms of Hawk and Kurosu. Arc does get Penguin out of the mech, and it's going to be Bunny diving forward to get Prosto off the high ground. It doesn't seem that past this first little choke that the team comp that LA Glory is trying to run is working. What do you think, Rambino?
Seems to be going okay. I mean, we do have a solid hold here by San Francisco, but slowly but surely we're getting a lot of free progress on behalf of that quad DPS you mentioned.
And they are going to go ahead and get through just in front of the choke. Rally coming out for Mo to keep San Francisco up high again. Her armor stays for 30 seconds after the ult is over instead of staying indefinitely, so not as strong as before. They are in the high ground. Again, the Farrah Mercy up in the air. Is going to be Tortuga is going to take out Hawk. Hawk unable to get enough value on the Tracer. Curious, he's going to go ahead and switch off. Didn't even find the kill with the Pulse Bomb. The Pro2 does have eyes up, so they know where they are. They do know they're being chased down right now because Arc actually gets the kill onto Bunny. Penguin diving forward, trying to deal, and does find the killing blow onto Kurosu, who was again up on that Pharah. And it's very strong defense from San Francisco. I expect either these ults to make the big difference here on LA Glory's side, or they need to switch up.
Definitely would agree there. I mean, we do have ultimates on both sides ready to go.
Area denial Arc doing the flanking minefield. Gonna be cleaned up from the Rhine Shield and the ulting Zenyatta, who is invulnerable and just starts running into mines for fun. Prosto getting a double kill for the side of LA. Tortuga falls as well to Arc. And they are in an advantage right now. The angry monkey is in the background, gets the kill onto Prosto. Diva bomb from Penguin finds Arc. Kurosu gets him back before he gets him killed, before he's able to get back into his mech. Arc is actually rezzed as well. And right now it looks like LA Glory is up 4-2 right now in this team fight, but more of San Francisco is already coming back through respawns. They have, despite winning the overall team fight, because of how spaced out it was not enough to let them get here. Justice reigns from above, gets double kill on Trigger and Momo. Bunny Chan's gonna finish him off as he's standing still. Pro still getting the kill as well onto Night on Night. But Penguin getting the kill on Foon and Arc getting the punch into Retro. It is now LA Glory's payload to continue to move. It is just Bunny here. No Hop did have the shield, was not able to sustain long enough. Is going to be taken out by Legion, who has gone on to the Soldier. So they're sticking with the composition of 4 DPS, but they're just switching the DPS. A huge hack comes out. Tortuga's Shatter actually doesn't connect thanks to the hack mid-animation, but he don't care. He walks forward and takes out Hawk and Arc with his hammer. Momo actually able to finish off Foon and Legion. And San Francisco holds while LA Glory still had 1.68 meters to go.
20 seconds on the clock and counting. It doesn't look like LA Glory will be able to take back that point. No ultimates online for either team. Maybe a Transcendence coming out on behalf of San Francisco, and that's if he's getting constant headshots. Don't think LA Glory is going to be able to push any further.
They got 2 seconds. If they don't touch, they aren't going to be able to get there, and they are trying to get there. Prosto is going to be able to put it into overtime, being just above the point. It is 5v5 right now. San Francisco makes it into a 5v4. Kurosu unfortunately kills himself with a rocket to the wall when he was too close. Penguin does get the kill on Legion. The res comes out from Foon. Nerf this is not going to find anyone, but it is going to push the rest of LA Glory off the point. Shatter just trying to stop Foon from getting it more into overtime, but that's going to be round 1 complete. LA Glory unable to get that first point, 1.68 meters until they got it. Great hold from San Francisco.
Now, call me crazy, but I think we're going to start seeing some sweat bead on the side of LA Glory. They were definitely doing good. And that is not to say that they are faltering in any way, but I feel somewhere that they're getting nervous. Remember, San Francisco did win last map. It is 1-0 right now. LA Glory is fighting an uphill battle that they can win. They have the mechanics, they've got the skill, but they need to be very careful. San Francisco is wise to their old tricks.
And they kept the 4 DPS comp, which is not good or bad. It was unfortunate that they were running the flankers and kept the flankers until the alt usage to then get rid of it, but they were being shut down very hard by Momo on that Brigitte. I would have liked them actually realize, okay, there's a Brigitte, we can't poke as well as we usually would, let's go ahead and go to our second DPS that they would have picked. So I think, although they were switching, especially at that first fight, the first shutdown again right afterwards, I would have liked to see the switches coming out actually a little sooner. Now Kurosu uses the blade, got shut down, and then immediately switched onto the Pharah and started getting even more value, so I agree with that. But I'm not a big fan of the 4 DPS and the 1 healer. What about you, Rambino? Do you like that comp? It's just something that in my head is fun to watch, and maybe on a pro level, but it doesn't seem to work as well down.
I'm going to have to say it was executed not perfect in that regard, so they definitely probably should have switched off a lot faster. That would have enabled them to probably brawl a little bit more effectively, and ultimately only 1 healer will put a large strain on those team fights.
San Francisco's been pushing forward a bit of a heavy tank composition, having Winston and Reinhardt. Penguin is actually going to get that first kill. Oh, the Hawk Arc falls as well to a fire strike from Tortuga. Penguin is asleep, but it's not going to be enough because Night on Night does finish off Legion. Kurosu actually getting a double kill in the background. 2 healers are down thanks to him. Penguin does finish him off, though. It was 1 for 2 on his side, but the rest of his team was already down. San Francisco going to be keeping one on the payload, and the rest pushing forward to make their fight happen where they want it. Arc is here. He is where he needs to be. He needs to back up just a little bit. He is getting bubbled. The bubble is down. Both bubbles down on Prosto's side. Charge comes out, does not find anyone. Penguin does punch Arc into the ground, and they are still getting here. They need to get onto the payload to contest just that little bit. Legion is here. Just sleep, Bunny Chan. It is back and forth right now. They're 4.15 meters away from getting it. Night getting the kill onto Hawk Angel from the high ground. Again, Zenyatta's orbs do not have fallout damage, and San Francisco is cleaning this up despite the grab, despite Arc getting there just at the very end. San Francisco shook. Is going to right now be up 2-0 against LA Glory.
That is true, Spiff. Let's go ahead and take it to play of the game, brought to you by Momo as Brigitte. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, what do we have here? The rally is ready. There's the heal onto the Tortuga. There it goes. It's popped. The EMP does get hacked. However, left and right. Here we go. That's onto the single. How about the double assist here? There you go. Right on Foon. Can we get the 3-man? Yes, we can. Fantastic job on behalf of that healer.
That was, again, a fantastic shatter that could have been, but the hack came out in mid-animation for that Reinhardt. Guys, we're going to take a short break as we move on to map number 4, which looks like it's going to be Blizzard World. Stay where you are. We'll be right back.
Your nature, man must explore. And this is exploration at its greatest.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be game number 3. Dorado going to go to the side of San Francisco. Shook. So the score is currently 2-0. The first map, if you are just joining us, was a draw. Very intense. Hanamura map. Both teams show a lot of great skills on the defensive side as well as the offensive side. But here we are, map number 3, San Francisco Shook. Rambino, I'm going to start off with you on this one. 4 DPS or 3 DPS from the side of LA Glory, question mark, emoji face?
Well, the 4 DPS single healer, it is risky. It can work. You get lots of damage output, but you get shredded in team fights because you can't sustain. That is the main issue. Now, Soldier is technically an exception. He can heal 204, exactly count it, healing when he drops his biotic healing AoE, if we're going to call it that. But that being said, that isn't nearly enough in a team fight. Now, you do have a team that is a little bit more traditional on behalf of San Francisco in that last map, and it showed. They were able to stall LA Glory off the point. They were only able to budget just before the first checkpoint, and San Francisco's defense would not give up.
I gotta say, when I saw that blade coming in from Caruso at the very beginning, it was like a minute in. I was thinking, wow, he can
was
build
so
it up that
fast.
It was so fast, and I'm expecting great. This is gonna be an exciting match, but it never reached the first tick. Spiff, what should have changed? What did LA Glory had to do in order to get at least 1 tick on Dorado?
To get to the end of Dorado, I think they're all really good mechanically. That's why they all had a strong DPS. I think if they all said, we are going to dive this, because what I saw in the first team fight is Tracer had flanked and was trying to poke and got picked off. They continued pushing forward and they continued to fall off. The next team fight, I would have liked to see them really commit, go in on whoever Hammond's able to boop up, just start killing them. They have 2 healers, great. They can't out heal 4 DPS in a tank that's probably damage boosted. You are going to find a pick. So I feel more concrete concentration and timing would have allowed them to start doing the domino effect, and they weren't able to do it.
And I just gotta mention that the reason why we're kind of focusing a lot on the side of LA Glory is because, and I feel like you guys can share this with me, I was expecting a lot more from them coming into the semifinals. I'm not entirely sure what changed, but overall, in my opinion, it should have been a little bit closer. The matches, aside from Dorado, were very, very tight. A lot of high skill from both teams. But here we are, San Francisco 2-0, going into game number 4, where they're technically moved on to the finals. Is that correct, Rambino?
I would say so, yes. Now, this next map will be still played in the spirit of the OWCC, and that they will still play to win, as all teams should. But that being said, San Francisco 2-0. So if LA Glory can take this, it will be a reminder that they are still an excellent team to be playing against.
So we do have a couple seconds until the hero selection begins. Blizzard World is the map we're going to be playing on this 4th series. Casters, take it away.
Hello again. I am Spiftastic, and I do this every time. It's fine. You got used to it. It's great. I'm gonna be your play-by-play, and with me again, I'm gonna say it again because I do it every single map. I love casting with these folks, with Julican producing, and with my color is going to be Childish Gambino. Happy Saturday.
Well, let's hope that I am good at Spanish, Spiff, because Feliz Sábado, which means happy Saturday if I said that correctly. Please don't yell at me if I said that wrong.
I can't quote you on being right or wrong.
It's
but
correct.
Here
It's
we are.
correct.
It is okay. Thank you, Julic. Appreciate that, man. Here on this is the hybrid map of our pool. Blizzard World. The first objective is to capture the point, get the payload, and then move the payload forward. You've seen parts of how each of those works on 2CP and on payload map this last Dorado. Coming up on Blizzard World in terms of liking and disliking that I would like to share is that I, again, love this one. I love hybrid maps in general. I think because of the different play styles you need to have on defense and attack for the progression of the entire map makes a big difference, and I still want this to be a real place. I would like Blizzard World to be a place. They are making bank. They could make it happen. Give Disney something to, be sweating about. But coming up from defense again, top left, San Francisco Shook, Rambino, what do you think?
Well, we do see a 3 tank, 3 healer. This is traditional of goats for those of you out of the loop once more. Goats is a popular strategy. However, it has been nerfed. Armor does not mitigate as much damage as it used to.
And coming out from the attackers of LA Glory, they are moving forward with 3 tanks, 2 heals, and going to be having that 3rd healer instead being a Reaper. Archangel trying to do basically make himself self-sustaining because of all that self-healing. But this is a brawling comp against a brawling comp, and you can tell by all the poking and no deaths that are happening right now that's what's happening. Now a lot more heals are on the side of San Francisco, but Arc does get that pin on the Penguin. So right now it's 2 heals. It's gonna be the Lucio and the Zenyatta trying to keep San Francisco alive. It is not gonna be enough as Doodle Bob is taken out from Kurosu's Zarya play. Charge coming out from Bunny does pin the other Reinhardt. Not gonna be enough because Night Knight falls to Kurosu as well. Archangel does find the Monkey and the Reinhardt. Coalescence already up and running from Legion is gonna allow them to get this first point here on Blizzard World. Good job, LA Glory.
Now, we did see a clean sweep for the most part on behalf of LA Glory. They still need to push it. They have 5 minutes, 15 seconds, and they are in good shape.
And they are doing very well. They are the very strong first showing. I'm curious if they're going to be doing what I like to see on most payload maps, which is to keep basically 1 person on the payload. It's sometimes not worth it to have all 3. It's only about a 17% difference increase per person. And they are going to go ahead and actually keep it because they are very brawly. Still, they want them to actually come to the payload. That's where Hawk is trying to be. He's not doing a lot of flanking. He is waiting for San Francisco to come and start the defense where they want it. Great boop is going to put him out of position. A charge in the back. Shatter comes out. Grab comes out, looking for some kills. Prosto getting a double kill from that Diva Bomb. Lucio all comes out as well to start sustaining. Hawk already using his Wraith form, but they are pushing forward. Not pushing the payload, now they are. But they are in control of this fight. They are trying to chase down the remainders of San Francisco. Very strong showing in these first 2 team fights from LA Glory.
Would agree there. We do see 2 ultimates ready for LA Glory. That Shatter Blossom combo could be devastating, especially as they hit this next checkpoint.
Usually I like to see them use the high ground, but because both teams have basically said, okay, we'll brawl, it'll be fine. They are pushing forward very well. They're not like giving up any room. Hawk is up on the high ground looking for his opportunity to come through. Shatter comes down. They get booped. And it's going to be Die who gets booped himself. Only going to get Baby Nick in his Death Blossom. But does get the double kill onto Bunny. They do get the 2nd point. They're going to continue moving forward here. It is very strongly in favor right now of LA Glory, but I love the boops on that last team fight.
Now, the team fighting is a little messy as opposed to the previous maps, but again, that Earth Shatter Death Blossom combo, it did get them a lot of progress. It is forcing San Francisco to play a lot more conservatively on this last point.
And they're going to have to because Penguin just got picked off, a little staggered. So they are going to get this corner for free because they're already up 6v5. Reaper taking the high ground, and the only one that can really contest him is Diva if he decides to go up there. He can already come down, make sure he can go with the rest of his team. Very hard charge, Zarya from LA. They're coming forward. Shatter is going to be blocked in from the shield, but Foon does actually get hit. I thought he was able to be blocked by the Reinhardt shield and the bubbles from Zarya, but he was taken down, cleaned up by Bunny Chan. Prosto does get Bunny Chan in retaliation, and Night getting the kill on Arc, but it's going to be a nice little reset for LA Glory. They still got over 4 minutes to get the 3 points here on Blizzard World.
Now, time is not an issue right this second. We do have the Graviton Surge, the Coalescence, and the Self-Destruct ready to go for this next team fight. That could just be enough to get them back the payload.
And if they do get hit that combo, they're going to need to counter that, hopefully with the Lucio ult. The Lucio ult being used really soon is still going to get Baby Nick. Does save the rest of the tanks, though, just in time, but Bunny Chan able to finish off Arc is right now in favor of San Francisco. The Transcendence comes out, solidifying the healing and the winning of this team fight in favor of San Francisco as they start cleaning up the rest of LA Glory. San Francisco able to finally put a defensive wall, and they stopped the advance of LA Glory.
Sound barrier has come up for LA Glory. We do see a Death Blossom here very soon, hopefully within this next team fight. 3 minutes, 30 seconds. It's looking good still for LA Glory.
I do like what they're trying to figure out. If they want to go down the middle, there is a flanking position. They don't have to go straight down to where the payload was. They could go left and come basically out from underneath through the side passageway. But they are still, this corner is very high contested. I like where the defense is holding. They are kind of giving them free ground, though, inviting them to come around the corner. Now the Reinhardt shield is down for Arc. Shatter comes down, does find 3-4 on the ground. Here comes the die is gonna be starting to eat up and then stunned. Eaten by the D.Va, stunned by the Penguin, knocks down the Hawk. Kurosu is gonna fall as well as Arc 2, the hammer of Bunny Chan, and the counter Shatter as well is gonna help. Basically, they're gonna stop any more progression coming from LA Glory. Another great hold from San Francisco.
This almost feels like a Mr. Miyagi moment, if you will, and that the wax on, wax off definitely proving to be useful for San Francisco. They are able to mitigate those team fights, keep it controlled, and most of all, efficient ult usage, which is definitely making a big difference here.
Now Doodle is not in his mech. The D.Va, when he's mini D.Va, does get the ult a lot faster to allow her to get back into mech, but she's still not in mech, which also means she's not getting ult charged to her next D.Va bomb until she's in mech. Here comes out the grab from the side of LA Glory. Lucio ult used as well. Basically, ults traded right there. No real casualties on either side, but both Lucio ults are down. Buddy Chan getting really low. Nerf this comes out from the side of San Francisco, comes around on the side. Great positioning, is just basically blocked by Arc and the walls. Great positioning to get behind your cover for LA Glory. Bunny Chan does finish off Kurosu, and that's going to start the snowball right now. San Francisco starts taking out 3 members of the attacking LA Glory, and they again, another great hold. Payload starts moving slowly back. Let's see what LA Glory can do in the minute and 40 seconds they got left.
1 minute, 40 seconds, and counting for LA Glory, and they have not successfully taken back the point. We are seeing a late swap into a Genji once more. The self-destruct, the Earth Shatter, they're all ready. We actually have a Riptire coming online soon as well, so that could pose a threat, unless Transcendence is popped at the right time.
Ooh, that tire is actually almost online, and that was just one team fight. That shows you the power of Junkrat if you're able to land those grenades. Kurosu trying to basically contest the high ground against Doodle and actually winning. Does push him off, doesn't. It's kind of diving in above the point, still with his team. Dashes forward, no dash. Shatter comes out. Is gonna be a fat shatter from Bunny. 4 members of LA Glory on the ground. Arc is cleaned up. Prosto's mech is cleaned up. The rest of them are trying to run away, but San Francisco with another successful hold, only using Shatter the entire fight. They still have 4 other ults in their arsenal.
That ult usage again coming into play here. Just an Earth Shatter. Once, as you just said, the Transcendence is still online, meaning that last team fight will be null and void if it's popped.
Now, it will not help you against a tire, so if Hawk can land a good target kill with his Riptire, Kurosu does have his ult. I'm curious where he's going to. Here comes out the tire from the flank, from the side, looking for it. Lucio ult's going to keep them alive. No kills from that tire. Great use of Lucio ult. Is going to not going to be able to stop maybe a grab that could have come out, but the grab is no longer in the arsenal of LA Glory. Nerf this from both D.Vas. Doodle Bob is taken down from Prosto. Here goes Eugene No Karaoke from Kurosu, trying to find some kills. Is going to find Baby Nick in the back. It is just Bunny Chan and Hip Hop here. They're going Hip Hop just trying to decide if he wants to back up with the Rhine or not. Calling Bunny Chan back, trying to make sure they can get this one last good team fight. Bunny is going to be on the point by himself. Yes, Shatter comes out, knocking 3-4 members on the ground as the rest of his teams come forward to help start cleaning it up. Arc already really low, going to be taken out from that charge. Bunny Chan with the Shatter and cleanup with the rest of his team is going to stop any more progression from LA Glory on this first round of Blizzard World.
Simply poetry in motion, Spiff, as they do take it with 2 points. However, San Francisco now has the opportunity to attack.
That does mean that it will already be not a draw. That's why another reasons why I like the hybrid map, because if you or the idea of the payload. Payload itself moves to a position and you will win or lose. There's no tie. The danger, which we're already past on a hybrid map, is that if you don't take the first point and the other team swaps sides and you don't take the first point, then it's a draw. But again, it's already not going to be a draw. I'm usually very happy about there being a winner, because then we actually get to see more Overwatch, especially after you get the payload. Now,
Well
Rambino,
said. Well
I do have
said indeed, Spiff.
oh, I'm glad you agree. It solidifies my own opinion on how I like the game. But coming out again here from switching sides, we do have LA Glory being on defense. Kurosu already starting off on the Genji. I'm actually liking this defense. What about you, Rambino?
It is a little bit safer. If that, we are going to be seeing a Pharmacy and an Ana for the Nano Boost for the Blade, the Shatter, the Barrage, Maybe even a Valkyrie if they're feeling gutsy, but I don't think at this point we're going to see a nano boosted Mercy ever at all. But, you know, it's never too late to wish.
I mean, we don't see Momo RJ in the game. We're gonna see a Battle Mercy gonna popping off with the Ana boost. But coming out from the attack on the side of San Francisco, they are gonna go ahead and do 3 and 3, and they don't know what they're gonna run into. They assume it's gonna be the same thing. But in terms of range, with the Pharah up in the air and only having the D.Va from Doodle being able to really contest and eat and stop a lot of damage and ult charge that he's gonna get, I love what's going on from San Francisco. They are giving less opportunity for the defenders to get any hits. So they're going to do the very, very far right flank, causing the defenders to basically rotate. And they're going to speed boost onto the point, immediately just trying to great Ana grenade from LA Glory. Now, Baby does get arc, but double kill from Prosto gets Penguin and Bunny. The res is going to actually going to make that more in favor of LA Glory's defense right now. Baby Nick is the only one on point getting punched by Prosto. Kurosu is taken out by the hip hop, and they're going to back up. They're going to have to try again, but I love their attack. Didn't work. LA Glory said, nope, not even one tick for you.
Now, we don't see that rotation a lot, especially when this team comp isn't exactly effective at flanking, I would say. But it was a risk that didn't pay off, and hopefully they don't try that again.
Well, we'll see if they decide to stick what they have. Maybe they want to get those ults and get that, maybe win the ult battle fight at what they're looking at. But both DPS, and when Nido Knight is taken out by a rocket from up in the air, they're already down one. They're gonna have to back up, and that's basically the cue of LA Glory to push forward and try and stagger them some more. Baby Nick taken down as well. They don't have a really good answer right now to dealing with the Pharah. There's no fall off with her rockets, and when you're being damage boosted by Foon, those hurt. So if you get hit by them, you're gonna die in 2.5 hits. There you go. And LA Glory again holding strong.
Now we do have the Blade online. The Barrage is also ready from the Pharah. We're also seeing a Nano Boost. And just about, as I say that, all the ults are just about ready for LA Glory. It's going to be messy.
Here comes a dash in the air, the Eugenio karaoke, and Lucio all being used to try and get him out. Counter Shatter coming out from Bunny to try and stop all the progression, but Kurosu already getting that double kill. Grab coming out from LA Glory as well. Hawk Angel is going to start shooting the rockets into there, actually saving the Barrage. Props to Hawk. Up in the air, sees a grab, decides not to use Barrage, instead just shooting rockets. Hats off to you, good sir.
Speaking of hats, Spiff, I will say this. If nothing, I feel LA Glory still has a few tricks up their sleeve.
And I love the fact they didn't over ult. And I say over ult, but they did use 5 of them. But they almost used 6. Hawk Angel actually getting another pick onto Baby Nick. Again, it looks like San Francisco is going to basically have to wait for the main ability of them to be mobile is the speed from Baby Nick. So yeah, they need to wait, and I like what LA is doing. They're moving forward. Kurosu trying to get a flank kill, gets popped off by Night on Night, and the speed from Lucio getting him here. Here comes with the rally as well, extra speedy. Armor coming out, dodging forward. Both Reinhardts charging into each other, headbutting as Rams do. Both Transcendences coming out. Grab comes out from the side of San Francisco. Then that's going to be comboed by the other team instead, as he does get the single cone to Bunny Chan, but Bunny Chan had already got his own double kill. San Francisco is going to start to get Kurosu one more time, who just got back to the fight. With only 30 seconds left, they are able to get that point. Boom trying to go for that really sneaky res. Great boot from Penguin to make sure it didn't happen to continue to stall. So now they got the payload. They're going to start moving forward. Great capture, San Francisco.
Now, I am partial to Penguin because of the Brigitte. I am a big fan of Brigitte, and in general, seeing an excellent Brigitte is really what makes worth casting this game.
I mean, there are people who understand that she is very easy to play, but she can also be very complicated. Higher tier Brigittes will know what to use, when to use it. It's cooldown usage, positioning, and know what you're looking for. So yes, you're going to see in gold with a lot of just holding left clicks and winning, but that's not going to be the difference because Kurosu dashes right forward with an Ana Blade. Does get Penguin and Baby Nick, so double kill already winning the team fight. Triple kill from Kurosu. Basically targeting all 3 healers on the side of San Francisco to stop the progression. They're going to reset and try again.
Now, that being said, a minute 56 and they have to reach the second checkpoint. I could see some rotations coming out here from heroes if something isn't working. You do have 3 ultimates ready on behalf of LA Glory, and again, it is an uphill battle to get to the next checkpoint if they don't flank.
Now they are going to be doing no changes. I would like to actually see Doodle taking the Pharah Mercy out of the air. They can't really get behind cover if you throw that mech, but he's actually going to be demeched by Kurosu, so no Diva ult here. Grab comes out, can be comboed with the Justice rating from above. Triple kill onto Hawk. Ooh, great cleanup there from LA Glory. Doodlebob does finish him off, but it's going to be rezzed right away by Foon. Penguin does get a kill on the Legion, so swipe. Light little stagger, but LA Glory holds strong.
A minute 10 remaining. They do not have any more options. And I do see the switch into the Winston and a Mercy switch. Okay, well, they've got one last team fight in them, and they will not have any ultimates other than the rally.
That was a great thing that came out from Hip Hop, who immediately got to the Pharah and immediately popped off, getting Pharah out of the air. Hawk Angel already realizing this is going to be a Pharah battle, so switching off to a Widow, because it is now a Widow. It is a Blade in the back, trying to get the Widow, does get the dash kill onto him, but the boot from Baby Nick does get the hit. Shatter comes out from Arc, 5 members down for San Francisco, and he gets the charge onto Baby, the swing on the Penguin, and gives time for Foon to get Kurosu back up on his feet. Bunny Chan does get the kill on Foon, however, and he is going to be staggered thanks to Legion. Only one more team fight for San Francisco. I like the switches they did, and is it going to be enough?
Well, with 15 seconds remaining, that self-destruct, they would need the stars to align. Maybe that Reinhardt to fat finger that shield for a 6-man wipe so they can keep going.
The Valkyrie is the only one online, and a boost will be here as well. Nerf this coming on the side, might land on top, does not find anyone, but pushes them back to let them get some more positioning here with the payload. Valkyrie coming out inside of LA Glory. They are here together, they getting grab, only getting the monkey, but Prostu does get that kill. Widow dies to Kurosu's Genji, as Hawk Angel is now the only Widow on the map that is getting free reign. Arc getting the kill on Knight. Oh, Knight. It looks right now that LA Glory is starting to clean up very slowly. Shatter comes out to solidify, as well as another Blade. Another Blade coming out. Art getting the double kill, and it's LA Glory holding very strong here on Blizzard World, making the series San Francisco 2, LA Glory 1. Play of the game, please, Rambino.
You've got it, Spiff. Today's play of the game brought to you by Bunny Chan as Reinhardt. Alrighty, let's take a look at the ult here. Not online, but we do already see a single onto the Graviton Surge. How about a double into the Earth Shatter? There's a triple. There it goes for the Earth Shatter. It does pick up the mech kill. How about a kill on Foon and Legion for double your money? Another beautiful, fantastic play by the Reinhardt.
Now, based on what I see in chat from Ethan, one of our higher-ups, one of our other refs, we are going to be moving to map Ilios, so map number 5. Looks like they're looking for a best of 3. So we're going to take a short little break. We will be right back.
Welcome back, everyone. We are going to go into game number 5 because, on technicality, it has to be 3 wins in order to take this playoff victory. So, we're going to briefly break down the last map really fast because we are going to jump into game number 5, and it's going to be control map. Ilios is one of my favorites, but quickly, Spiff, I want you to tell me, what did you like on this game number 4 Blizzard World?
I liked that it was in my opinion, it was still a close match, but it seemed that the defense from LA Glory, they came with their A game. Like, they pushed right through, got the payload very quickly, pushed it all the way to the end, and they really dug in their heels. They did not want this series to go out with what happened to them on Dorado. So I was happy to see like a second wind come in to LA Glory, and they showed us what they could do.
They can do it. Now we are jumping into game number 5. Elio is one of my favorite maps. Casters, feel free to take it away.
Again, guys, I am Swiftastic. I'm doing it again. Here we are on Ilios map number 5. With me casting today is my good friend Childish Rambino. Sir, happy Saturday.
A jovial Saturday to you, Spiff. We have 30 seconds, and I have just enough time to ask you another question. If an Overwatch hero was any drink, what drink would Widowmaker be?
Widowmaker B would probably be, I want to say a martini. I'm going to go with martini because it's a little refined, high class, and it's
Dry, like my sense of humor.
That too, and I'm sure that was what yours would be. But here we are again, guys, on map number 5, as the semifinals has to go to the first team to get to 3. So if San Francisco is able to get control of this control map, as they did over on the first one of the series, they will take it. But to see if LA Glory learned anything back from what they were playing on Nepal. And they'll be starting off with Lighthouse. Lighthouse and Ilios in general has 2 maps that are really good for environmental kills, with booping and pulling and basically just getting people killed. Lighthouse is one of those, Ruins being the one that does not. Here on this first one, I want you to tell me what LA Glory thinks they're doing, because I see what I see, but what are they doing to your top ret in your red?
Well, we're seeing a traditional pharmacy, which is a Mercy on top of that Farah, and we've got a tank Arc on Reinhardt, we got a Prosto on the Zarya, and an Ana for the Nano Boost.
Now, coming up from San Francisco, heroes we haven't really seen from their side very much. Hip Hop going to be damaging on the McCree. Hopefully to deal with that Fair and Mercy up in the air. Momo going to be Genji, maybe dealing with that backline, trying to put some pressure onto Legion. But it's dive tanks, more or less. And it's going to be Mr. Quill gets the first kill onto Kurosu with that Ana grenade, well placed. And it's going to be Legion that falls as well. That is, as well as Hawkins going to kill Mr. Quill. And it's San Francisco winning this fight right now, as they still are up 5v4. They're going to get this first few ticks here on Lighthouse on Ely.
And we do see the Winston almost fall into the depths there, but Foon will not be so lucky as to recover. Now, we do see no ults online just of yet, but that is okay. We are 15% and counting for San Francisco. It looks good overall.
Now, the Fair up in the air is digging a lot of value, or 80% plus on the ult in that first encounter. So I'm curious to see if the pressure coming from Hip Hop and Zadis is able to kind of deter them from continuing to be up there in the air. We'll see what the ults come out, see if they switch, but right now it is still 33%, and it's going to be Kurosu who's picked off again. First one getting picked off on both team fights as Hip Hop finds the head of the jumping Genji. And they're going to properly push forward just a little bit, as they do have the numbers advantage, trying to find a kill. A great Ana grenade onto LA Glory. They're not going to be pushing forward past this point, which I can agree with. You don't want to push too far, but definitely having the first team fight when they're trying to get to the control point be far enough forward so where they can get maybe some overtime. As they regroup with the rest of their team, there are 5 ults, 6 ults now in charge. High Noon being used as well. Momo gets the kill on Prosto. Looking for more. Gets the double kill. before getting taken out by Hawk, Retro does finish off Arc. It is very still much in favor of San Francisco as Momo is the only one down. They are pushing forward very strongly. But now I want you to pay attention. Rambino, what do you see in the top right of your screen?
I see Kenny Loggins' Danger Zone playing in the background.
No,
as
no,
we've
no,
got
they're
6
not in the game,
ultimates
in the game.
online.
Okay, there we go. In the game. There we go. Perfect. Whew. Now, I'm curious, and I'm hoping they do not over-ult. Here comes Val. Kurosu's gonna be taken down by Buddy Chan. The grab comes out. Combat by Justice finds Momo. Buddy Chan and Retro. Triple kill from Hawk as well as getting the mech from Zadis. And Kurosu's gonna be rezzed back up. And LA Glory definitely turning this around after 99% going to San Francisco. They do switch it over and they're gonna start moving it up. And now at 3%.
Now, they did use 3 ultimates there. They do have 3 more, obviously, to go. You've got the Nano Boost, you've got the Shatter, and you've got the Dragon Blade. Dangerous, if not deadly.
Again, the Fair Mercy staying up in the air. I do like that the grab usually only comboed with one DPS, so because both of their DPS were able to combo with it, the grab into the Fair ult did work. Kurosu comes out with a great play, getting a double kill onto Zadis as he was out of mech after using his ult, but does get him in return, so that's 1 for 1, but it is still up in favor of LA Glory 5v4 as they are currently respawning, and Farah is up in the air doing a lot more damage than I expected, but only at 30% result. Arc does have his Shatter. Not much else in the line of LA Glory.
We do see the Nano Boost on top of that High Noon. We don't see a lot of McCree, and I'm sad that we don't. However, if he pulls off that Nano Boosted High Noon, that could be an equally fast sweep.
Kurosu is getting focused down is the best I can think of. San Francisco realizing that he is an issue, is being taken down as early in the fight as possible. And San Francisco is going to start cleaning up because they are 6v3 right now. That is the Fair and the Mercy around the outside. Gets on to point, getting slept, getting CC'd, getting eaten alive. Momo is going to finish off Foon, and Bunny Chan, who did get Kurosu in the beginning of the fight, does finish off Hawk and Kurosu as well. Eugene no karaoke from Momo to try and stop them from moving forward because they did only need that one little tick. And it's going to be the first one, and it's almost what happened last time over on Nepal. The first of these 3 control maps go to San Francisco.
Well, I'm going to have to say San Francisco is saying, give me Mo, because right now Momo's on fire with that Dragon Blade.
I was going to question a second, so wait, they already won the team fight. Oh, wait, that's right. They need to push them back because they can't let it get in overtime. They were already at 99%. And I'm actually happy for this one. Sometimes I was afraid we wouldn't get to see the Well if it did go 2-0 on here on Ilios, because Well is the other one for environmental kills. We didn't actually see a real environmental kill on the last one, so I'm hoping to see Orissa's, which we see on both sides. We're going to keep with the Lucios. Lucios is kind of a staple right now, as Mercy was almost required in several of the earlier games because of huge broken ultimate where she'd res people from being dead to full health. It didn't matter how many was there. Oh, Momo's going to finish off Kurosu right away again! It feels like if there were 10 team fights, 9 of the team fights, Kurosu's picked off right away. I don't know if he's out of position or everyone is literally looking for him on the side of San Francisco, but it's going to cause LA Glory to basically give up that first engage. They are going to be getting back in time thanks to a well-coordinated Lucio boost to make it back here. He is just now here. He has gotten off the Genji already, but because they had kind of pushed, not really, they went on and off the point. They did like a step back and forth, a side step. They did not stay on the point, so it already went in favor of San Francisco. But I do like to switch from Kurosu onto the Widow. Kurosu is here on the whole hog, trying to find somebody with a hook, able to hook the Diva, because the defense reach doesn't stop it, but it's not enough. Dragon Strike comes out, finds Arc from around the corner, and LA Glory is slowly falling right now. Kurosu is a great flanking angle right now, up on the high ground, but really, really low. Hawk Angel's gonna be taken out by Momo. This Hanzo is definitely finding some shots with his arrows.
Now, we do see LA Glory sweating bullets yet again because they are having trouble getting onto the point. Now, Roadhog could be big. If he can get anybody in the well, those are free environmental kills, but that Orisa is going to make it extremely difficult.
Now, Kurosu has done another switch, has gone instead onto the Junkrat. High Noon comes out. Basically, zoning still alive, finds Arc. So already in favor, 6v5 for San Francisco. LA Glory, if they want to push forward, they need to get a pick. Need to even it out. And they sleep onto Prosto, who is already going to fall, is going to give the kill to Mr. Quill, getting a double kill for dropping Prosto in the well and an anti grenade onto Foon. Buddy Chan and Hip Hop finding their own picks as well, and San Francisco is very dominant here on the well on Ilios. They have one, maybe two more team fights, and they are going to get their third map win.
77% and counting. You only have the Coalescence up for LA Glory with a possible sound barrier into the whole hog. It may not be enough just on principle alone.
Now, no DPS ults on the side of San Francisco, but both tank ults. So using that bongo is going to be pretty good. Will help them solidify the win if they can organize it and put it in the right spot, because it does give 50% more damage to all people. Here comes out the Diva ult from the side of San Francisco. Hip Hop does find Arc. Dragon Strike is sleeping Prosto. Is still going to be able to survive as they push forward. The bongos are out. Here comes with the Lucio ult as well. Getting pushed back. It's going to be Prosto who's going to fall to Zadis, and the rest of his team double kill as well. Gets Foon. Fire in the hole comes out, trying to find a very good pick. Is going to be danced back and forth on the shield from Bunny Chan, able to survive. Hip Hop is going to actually get the kill onto Hawk with that flashbang, almost getting pulled in himself as Arc has come forward. But it's going to be San Francisco taking Ilios 2-0, and that's going to be San Francisco Shook taking the series 3-1. Play the game for me, Rambino.
You've got it, Spiff. And today's Play the Game brought to you by Hawk Angel, as Farah guarantee it was probably that sweet barrage we saw earlier. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The barrage is ready into the Graviton Surge, and how many kills does he get? A single, double, triple? Can he get the 4-man? Yes, he can onto the mech. And will he finish off something else in the process? Yes, he does. Right on Zadis and Hip Hop Hibbit. Oh my goodness. Beautiful
what
play.
a match. That's going to wrap up this series. What an incredible match once again from both sides. Spiff, what do you think here? What? So well played by the side of San Francisco Shook. Not even a map this time around for the side of LA Glory. What do you got to say to that? To San Francisco being so strong?
I think San Francisco was so strong on that one, literally because I felt like they were really singling out what was kicking their butt in the previous maps to why it was so close on map 1 and 2 and why they got lost on Blizzard World is because of Kurosu. And they just started, okay, where is he? He's there. Everybody shoot that direction. And he was getting picked off over and over and over again because they know how much trouble Kurosu has been. That only speaks to his talent. It has nothing to do with him being bad. It's realizing how good he is and the team countering it as best they could, and it made him win on Ilios.
Rambino, I want to know your thoughts on this game number 5. We now have a final score of 3-1 in the favor of San Francisco Shook, so they're going to be moving to the finals. Obviously, they show a very impressive gameplay. What do you think the finals is going to be like for them? Do you think essentially they're going to be maybe the favorite side based on this match?
Well,
obviously,
if nothing else, I am shook by San Francisco, Julik. That was fantastic gameplay. Sweet plays all around. I will sum it up in a sentence. Elegance, grace, we will shoot Caruso in the face with those plays.
Spiff, I want to know your final thoughts here before we don't forget to pick an MVP. I know last week we kind of ran that a little bit short, and I got to be honest, I completely forgot to pick an MVP. But before we get into that, I want to know your thoughts on this game number 5.
LA Glory and San Francisco Shook, great teams. Nobody was super in charge of the other one. No one was overbearing. It went back and forth several times. I think San Francisco just had more consistent team play and ult management and ult usage, and realizing again towards the end on Ilios, finding out who was giving them trouble, getting those picks early and pushing forward when they needed to, when they had that advantage. And it was close. San Francisco came out on top.
San Francisco did come out on top. And I'm sticking with you, Spiff. I want to know your MVP for the losing side of LA Glory first.
Despite him getting picked off so often, Kurosu is a deadly Genji, and he was going uncontested. He was finding those picks. All of his blades, save for maybe one, were multiple kills, finding some great angles. Knowing how to play that hero well is something I can't do. So anytime I see a good Genji and getting the Ana boost and just being able to play it well is, out of my league and looks great, and I'm going to give it to Kuros.
Rambino, your pick for MVP on the side of LA Glory.
I have to give it to the supports in that we did see the Lucio sound barriers come down when they needed to, and that is exactly why I love seeing supports enable those massive shatters, those massive plays. What would we do without you?
Now we're going to move into the winning side of San Francisco Shook, the finalist for the OWCC Season 1. Rambino, we're going to stick with you. Your MVP for the side of San Francisco Shook.
I'm going to have to give it to the Brigida, and I'm also going to have to give it to Momo. I can't decide between the two because the synergy is fantastic, and again, I am a little biased because I love Brigida.
All right, so we're going to stick with the Momo, the very flex player. We did see him on a Widow. We saw him on a May. I was waiting. I think he was also the Bastion, if I'm not mistaken. But, Spiff, we're going to move on to you. MVP for the winning side of San Francisco Shook.
I got you. The bunny man himself, the Reinhardt. Oh my gosh, some of those shatters. 3, 4, 5 men were on the ground eating dirt because of some great shatters, and especially their movement. He kept them behind the shield as they're moving forward. Even back on Hanamura, they were flanking. The play from Reinhardt is hard. He did shield hops properly. He made space. And just being able to find shatters and kind of do the mind games against Arc from LA Glory. So I'm giving it to my good man, Bunny.
Excellent. So we mentioned the supports, the DPS in the front line with the tanks. Guys, before we wrap up, actually, I want to thank everyone that's hitting that follow button on the OWCC Twitch channel. And if you haven't, make sure you do, because we have another semifinal coming up tomorrow. And it's going to be nothing less than exciting. If I'm not mistaken, we are going to see the side of Shanghai Stagger that Spiff, you know very well. And I'm sorry, go ahead.
I do know them pretty well.
You know them pretty well. And they're going to be facing the side of Carolina Cosmic. If I got to say it, they're my favorite. But just a quick preview, guys. We do obviously the new patch has a little buff for Reaper, and we know that Super King Nick is a crazy Reaper, especially in control maps. So I am beyond hyped to see how that plays out for both teams tomorrow. But with that being said, Spiff, can you please let everyone that's still watching, where can they find you? Where can they maybe get in touch with you? Please.
Well, you beautiful people, thanks for hanging out on a Saturday night. I am Spifftastic Me. I am a Twitch streamer and a caster here for the OWCC. I stream about 6 days a week, so if you're looking for some fun, energetic positivity, and not only just Overwatch, but some other great games like even Yakuza 0, which we're going through, go down below. You'll see my Twitch channel, see my Twitter's feed. Go ahead and hit that follow button. I call it the friendship button. I'd love for you to come hang out. I do stream the times around 6 Eastern every day except Friday. So come see, family friendly, energetic, positivity on Twitch.
Rambino, please give yourself a shout out.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can find me at twitch.tv/childishrambino, like Childish Gambino, but instead of a G, it's an R.
And you can find me on Twitter, JulikJulik487, or on Twitch, simply JulikJulik. That's going to be it for tonight. Once again, make sure you hit that follow button. We do have another semifinals coming up tomorrow at the same time, same place, same faces, question mark. It's going to be Shanghai Staggered versus Carolina Cosmic. Two very, very attacking side teams. So it's going to be an exciting match. You won't want to miss it. So that's going to be it for tonight, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in, and see you tomorrow. Have a good night.
you